And we're just waiting to go live. And there we are, 4 o'clock Sunday Stories. I'm coming over to StreamYard because Facebook seems to be letting me down again. And I've kept the windows open because it's a beautiful day. And we've got children playing in the garden, people doing their homework, their decorating or whatever it is. And so I just thought I'd let the sounds of Leamington Spa in the summer come into the programme. But a roundup of the week. And it started with a trip to a place not far from here called Rugeley. They usually hold a festival, but last year it was cancelled. And so this year they thought that they would have a festival on video, a virtual festival. So they sent out an announcement asking for artists, musicians to go along to Rugeley to a theatre there, where we were each given a 1 hour slot over 3 days, and they would video our performances. It was a strange day, considering I was going to be spending, I would say, virtually 8 hours away from home to do a 1 hour slot. And in fact, with my storytelling, that 1 hour slot was actually about half an hour. But we arrived, and when I was walking through Rugeley, it was strange that I arrived at the town centre, very close to the theatre, and it was almost deserted, a Thursday afternoon, and it was almost deserted, which is a strange, again, I keep talking about this, it's a strange effect when you go through a town centre and there's hardly anybody there. It's unnerving, for me anyway. So I went into the theatre and was welcomed. It looks as if the theatre might be opening up soon, I hope so. Was met by the video team and performed on stage. I did my versions of Coyote and the Turkey and Coyote and the Mice, only I did them with my fox mask, Fox and the Turkey, Fox and the Mice. And it went down really well. I played a little bit of flute, which again seemed to go with the occasion. The acoustics were pretty good, I would say. And then the journey home. And it was strange, that journey home between Rugeley and Leamington. The trains were virtually empty. Now, normally we have trains between Leamington and Birmingham, 4 carriages on. There was something like 8 or 9 here, so that people could space themselves out. But having said that, a lot of them were empty. So it is a strange time that we're coming into, and I just wonder if anybody else out there has got these stories of just strange moments where that conjunction between what life was and what life is now is really stark. But for the rest of the week, I have been interviewing American and British business owners for my channel, No Story Stagnates, where I interview these people and we go through from birth right through to what they're doing now and the lessons that they learnt in between. And so far, there's been very good feedback. Now, if you want to know more about that, then you'll have occasions to pop into the chat either here or in Facebook, and hopefully I can start sharing them amongst you. And if you would like to be interviewed and to tell your story, then by all means just get in touch and we'll build this channel into the future. You will be on YouTube, you will be on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever you want to appear. People will know you. And it was in those interviews that I've talked to people about not just the good things that have happened, by all means, stories of being fostered, of having traumatic brain injury and surviving, of having diabetes at the age of 4, and how that compacted life all the way up until the lady decided that she would take a bull by the horns and do international travel with diabetes. And she talks and writes about all of the practical difficulties and the solutions for any of you out there who've got diabetes and want to travel. There was a good friend of mine, Steve, who we connected over an American networking group. And it was almost an immediate click, a connection, as I say, where we instinctively knew that we were going to connect with each other and hopefully take things further. And so far, we've done that. So they are just a few of the interviews I've done so far. I think we're up to 7. So as I say, if you'd like to look at them, I can send you to my YouTube channel. If you'd like to be a part of them, then let me know. But if I asked you the question, would you want to know the future? What would your answer be? And it's not a great philosophical question today, because this morning I was sitting with some friends and I asked them what the weather was going to be like in Leamington Spa today, because I'd heard it was going to rain. But they said, no, today's going to be pretty good. It's going to start raining tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, perhaps. And so I took that opportunity today to have a walk back down into the park. The sun was shining. I took my flute. I took my fox. And I decided to sit on a bench where the people were gathered around. I played the flute and I invited children to come and listen to my stories. And they did. And I'm hoping that they got something from it. I certainly did. And it's something I'll be doing more of. And it's maybe something for the future where I can either do my stories over Zoom to you people in America, to the people who don't live in Leamington Spa, or I can do a Loo and actually visit your driveways and tell stories to your children on the driveway. It's certainly something to remember. And so that's been my week. I'm going to get into, perhaps deeper into, what our stories are all about. I'd love to hear your stories. If you've got them, if you want to tell them, then just get in touch and let's see where this takes us. So have a great day, have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Take care.